Hi guys, and welcome back to the third episode, I think it is, of repairing this Audi A6 S-line. So today, well, over the next couple of days, we're going to replace this bracket, As you can see, this is all pushed back. Pull that back out and try and get it into shape. Replace the crash bar. Get the intercooler on and get it plugged into the computer and see if we can find out what any of the mechanical problems are and actually get her fired up to see if she runs properly. So before we jump on to getting all that done, we've gone and done a little bit of shopping today. Got loads of parts in there ready to go on this. Big thanks to You Pull It in York. For the amazing prices they've been able to give me on a lot of the parts needed. So if you need any parts for pretty much any vehicle, I would suggest heading over to You Pull It in York. So this piece is going to be what I use, well, not this one, the new one is going to be what I use to line up from there to here to know how far I've got to pull this part forwards. I will be replacing this part as well, but I'm not going to do that until I've pulled this forwards, because I can use this to pull off of, because this doesn't matter if it bends or gets any more damaged. So what we'll do next is we'll get this piece bolted up to this side, and before I reattach this side, I've still got this wiring I need to sort out. Yeah, still got to sort out all this snipped wiring from where it's been pinched behind two bits of the body. And then once that's on, we can get the intercooler on. Once the intercooler's on, then I can try and fire her up and see if there's any codes on the dashboard or any lights, and we can just actually drive it forwards and backwards and see what it's like. So now let's get that bit bolted up and onwards and upwards. So hold on, let me just do a comparison here. So that's the new one, that's the old one. So we've got to try and pull this piece here forwards. I need to attach that first before I start pulling.
I don't wanna go to another place, even I come in with me. I'll talk about love, you say you have plans, but I'm not including in them.
Right, so that's not the wing's not fitted. That's the wing I picked up this morning. Obviously I haven't bolted it down yet. Yeah, I need to move the car because this bolt that would go here, you can see the hole, needs to line up with this. So rather than pulling it out, I now need to pull it across. But to pull it across, I need to attach it to something that isn't my house, because I don't want to pull it down. So I'm gonna put it to the back of my Zafira and try and pull it across with a ratchet strap. I'm hoping that'll work. If that goes in, then everything else at the minute already lines up. So the bumper brackets are on. Hopefully everything's going to go, the rest of it's all going to go back as nice as possible. Again, I still need to do these wires. So I'm going to quickly get the intercooler popped in. We'll see if she runs, and then hopefully I'll be able to maneuver it a bit to be able to pull a bit better from a different angle. One new intercooler. And we have our new top hose, because this one was all split and mangled. So new one, well, second hand. That's the intercooler back on. and wired up, plumbed back in. I'm going to put this crash bar back on first, or the new one. Hopefully we can get that to line up. See if she starts. No. No is the answer. Sounds like the battery's dead. Right, little jump start, and she runs fine. I've got a large amount of lights and warning signs going off on me here. Well, to be fair, the engine, was it gone? It's engine management light. I think the engine management light was on because of obviously the intercooler being in a million pieces. No, engine management light is still there. I might have to just clear the codes. There's nowhere for me to hook a strap to really put it out sideways. So this is what I have come up with. And I've attached it for a piece where it's actually just bobbly. I'm more concerned about it flinging off and slapping me in the mouth. I don't really fancy that. Probably just enough for me to get a bolt in. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to see you guys in the morning because it's now started to rain. If it's raining tomorrow, I'll have to work in the rain, but today I don't want to. Bought one of these little OBD readers off of eBay. Cost me about £20. So we've got a couple of lights on the dashboard, some that are pretty obvious, like the headlights or headlight. It's completely missing. So let's plug her in and have a little look. We've got what I'm assuming is a lambda sensor. Bank 1. Under boost for the turbocharger, which is probably the pipe and the intercooler that was split. So we can... no permanent codes, so we can try and erase them. Well, I've still got a management light on. Low battery charge, battery will be charged while driving. But it won't, because it won't fucking start. Sort out the wires for the headlight now. We try and get the headlight bolted in because that's probably the last bit I need to make sure that all the mountings and everything are in the right place. So anyone who knows me knows I hate everything electrical. And I have a number of split wires here. I'm going to have to open that up and see if I've got any more splits anywhere else along there. So we'll deal with the obvious ones first and then have a look, try and get this headlight plugged in. Hopefully, that means the headlight's going to work. I'm going to quickly snip the wing. Snip the wing? No, I'm not going to snip nothing. I'm going to quickly take the wing off. We'll line up the headlight. Just bought a new one. This car was a nightmare. So, I don't know if I said this in a previous one. but basically it's the first one with the LEDs and the DRL. So the headlights, what normally would be like 80 quid, anything from 250 to 450 odd quid, pounds. So a nightmare. This one I still need to take out anyway because the brackets are broken on the back, but I can repair them. So we will. So right, let's get this wing off and then we can get the headlight in. About the price of these lights, but this one I managed to pick up still for £150. I'll put it on the right around, it'll work. But I managed to get it for 150 quid from an online breakers, a company called Redcorn down in London. I've used them for quite a bit of stuff now, and I got it for £150 because it was missing the backing plate, which I think is an absolute steal at this point. So this one here obviously is pointing somewhere up there. This one has a slight bend in it. So this one up here is probably the only one that's not bent. If we start with that one, we get a bolt in it, just so I know that bite ain't gonna fall out, and then we'll bend the other ones back out to where they need to be. Right, so there's going to be plenty of adjustment on them headlights, same as the wing, probably the bumper. We might have to move the bonnet still a little bit. So I know the battery's not got a lot of life in it, but this will be the first time I've turned any of the lights on, so none of them might work at this point. So sticker one, new one. No sticker, old one. Hopefully they both do something. It's looking promising. Right, that's side lights. Headlights. The new one is a little bit dimmer than the original one, but I think that might be where the glass is a bit fogged. One indicator. Oh, it's the little things. So, we've got two working headlights. I hate electrics. Nothing ever works when I do electrics, and it just worked. So give me a round of applause. Pat me on the back. Well, you know, virtually. Yes, I am actually pretty chuffed with that. It's the only bit of this whole car I've been worried about is having to sort out all the wiring. Right, so now I can end on a high. So yeah, give us a follow, give me a subscribe, please. It just helps me for the new builds. The more people I reach, the more people who like and follow, the better stuff I can build for you. So, alright, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.